Our next project is increasing access to healthy food in Windsor. Sarah Almeida, Angie Corwin, and Maya Merrill. Yes.
Hi, I'm Maya Merrill, and we are going to start off today talking about Martha. So Martha goes to see her health practitioner and she gets some bad news. She needs to start eating better and she needs to start exercising more because she has diabetes and she's overweight. So she takes it upon herself to make these healthy changes in her life. And she goes home to her family and she tells them that they're going to cut soda out of their diet and they're going to stop eating pizza every night. And her children aren't very happy about this. And her husband is disappointed because he likes his soda. So it makes it a little bit harder for Martha to implement those decisions in her house. But she's still going to do it, and maybe her husband will still buy soda on his own. She's going to do it for herself and for her children. So she needs to go shopping to get all of these products for her family, to be able to cook them a healthy dinner. But she doesn't have access to a health food store close to her. She can't walk there, so she has to take a bus, or she only has a car one day a week, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. Our project focuses on the community basis of this ecological model, and the idea that the community can really uplift the individual and their relationships, whether it be with their family or their friends or their coworkers. So we focused on Windsor and the health access that is available there and how Windsor can make a difference in providing health opportunities for its citizens. Oops, I went the wrong way. There we go.
So I'm Angie Corwin. I'm going to give a brief overview and history of how we came to do this project. Giving some high-level points here, so if anybody has any questions about it, you can definitely ask me about it afterwards. So in 2008, Kaiser Permanente gave the Sonoma County Department of Health Services a HEAL grant, Healthy Eating, Active Living. This grant, the purpose of the grant was to create sustainable healthy change in particular areas around Sonoma County. So not a wide general broad reach, but a very specific tailored program. And through this grant, the Healthy Food Outlet Project is born. Now, the Healthy Food Outlet Project is really exciting to me. I was able to start working on this project back in 2008 from one of my past jobs, the Network for Health in California. This is a program that is designed to increase the quality and quantity of healthy options that small retailers carry, while providing technical assistance to these grocery stores on how to market these products to their customers. So the idea is to increase the access to healthy food and make it more available and make it easily attainable. So I can go into some more of those details if you like. Oops, I'm sorry. So through evaluating this program, it became evident that it achieved what we set out to do, which is really exciting. So we started with working with about 5 different grocery stores, and currently are working with about 15 grocery stores across Sonoma County. So now we have a successful model out there, and now it's becoming appealing and attractive to other organizations and small communities. They want this in their areas. They want this in their small grocery stores. So small groups like the Windsor Wellness Partnership approached the county and tried to figure out how can we bring this to Windsor. Windsor is really progressive and really exciting to work in because, as we all know, the people in this class here, I think it was last class that we were in Windsor, and we saw how progressive they were and how primed and on board they are to make healthy changes in their community. So this is one area that they are looking to improve upon in the community. So the Windsor Wellness Partnership is a health action chapter. And they're focusing on the health action goals around access to healthy food and physical activity. So it's right up their alley. Windsor is also updating their general plan right now. And the Windsor Wellness Partnership is really interested in encouraging the city-town council to incorporate healthy language into their general plan. And there's some more details around that. The food action plan is one area they're trying to get Windsor to endorse it and move forward. And so there's a lot of different aspects of perfect timing for this project to come along. So meeting with the Windsor Wellness Partnership and trying to figure out how can we support them in their goals, what they decided that we could do for them is to provide them a set of information or a tool that can help them encourage the town council and other stakeholders and help them convey the message that there is need in Windsor for more healthy food and access to it. And so what we have here, this is an overview of our map. We created an interactive assets and opportunities map where, and this is kind of like stepping back, so this is a lot of data points all in one little spot. And so what I'll do next is go through a more blown up version to show how this map can be used to convey a particular message. So right here, where's my little awesome laser pointer here? Wait, this one?
Yes.
Okay. Great. So what we have here, this is a blown out version of the map. You can notice here's the Windsor Town Green. Then this is the 101, and this is the main exit for the freeway, from the freeway. So the points that I pulled up here are schools. This is the Windsor High School, and this here is one elementary school. These kind of light pink colors here, these are the small corner markets. And the yellow ones here are the fast food restaurants. So the information that we pulled up here, you can notice the distance from the elementary schools to the small corner markets. And right here, there's a lot of high schoolers from the Windsor High School walk to the town green and hang out there. There's a McDonald's right here, and they have some little markets. And imagine a family going to pick up their children from school. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you could stop by the grocery store and make that trip pretty efficient? So what the next set here of data points that I pulled up, the light green ones are low-income housing, right here. And right here, which is kind of a similar colored yellow, but this is a Rayleigh's, this is a large supermarket. There's also a Safeway right up here. So there's two large supermarkets right next to each other. Now, if you kind of think about the distance that this low-income housing unit, or this one up here, to get all the way over here to the large supermarket, right? What if a family only had one car or no car, and maybe the person in the household that makes the money uses the car, and the other person does the grocery shopping? That's just one scenario that's a possibility. It makes it really difficult for the families who live here to get all the way over to this store that has all the options that they need. So they're going to rely on something closer to their house, right? This is probably not that far to walk to these little stores right here. Or what about picking up dinner for your family right here at McDonald's? So the next set here I put in are some bus stops, because a family does not have access to transportation easily. Buses are the next step, right? So there are definitely some bus routes. We don't draw in the routes here, but there's definitely a lot of bus stops. And these are the bright pink ones here. And look, there's definitely a bus stop that goes right here to this grocery store. And so these families here can walk over here, and there's bus stops here. So it is possible. It is possible to get to a grocery store that has all of the options that you need. But wouldn't it be amazing if these small corner markets right here within walking distance had all the options that you needed? What if Martha, who was told that she needs to decrease her soda consumption and increase her produce consumption and physical activity, was able to get that within walking distance of her house? This is the goal here that we're trying to work towards. Windsor is really interested in adopting this language in their general plan to improve the healthy outcomes of their residents for everybody, not just the low-income families that we've outlined here. Pass that on.
Okay, so Angie zoomed in on the map and then I took the approach of looking at the entire town with the idea that either the Windsor Wellness Project or the Town Council or the Board of Supervisors could look at this and see some general, get some general ideas about what could be improved in the entire town. So right here we pulled up quite a lot. One of the slides is missing, but we have the low-income houses in the light green, and all of the parks are in the bright green, and then the dark green are regional parks. So one thing I noticed when I look at this map is that the regional parks are on the outskirts of the city, which makes sense, but is there easy access to them? When we look at where the schools are in the sort of burgundy color, so I imagine the low-income housing, everybody there normally has a family, and families have children, and children need to play outside. That's a big part of wellness, along with the way that we eat. And then the schools are, of course, children as well. So do those children have access to being outdoors at these parks? There are a lot of little neighborhood parks, but what about hiking trails? And can they get there easily? So we pull up the bus stops, which makes it a lot busier, but there are no bus stops at or around these regional parks. So that's something that the Board of Supervisors or the Town Council could look at and potentially improve about the town. And we also have, the sunflowers are community gardens, so those are all pretty accessible. And the community centers, so the gold color. So we just are able to bring all of these things together, and something that you can't see on this because it's a screenshot, but that you can see on our interactive map if you go on the website, is when you scroll over all of the bus stops, you see the bus schedule, so what days of the week that those buses run, and whether they truly are accessible, what times of the day children will be getting out of school, and whether that could actually take them close to a park or not. And also, if you highlight any of the other regions, the parks have details, and the community centers show what sort of activities are done there, at what times, whether swimming is all year round or whatnot. So there are a lot of details that are provided by the map that we've created.
All right, so my name is Sarah Almeida. I'm a senior at Windsor High School, and I was very excited to be a part of this project because I do live in Windsor, and I'm very interested in environmental issues as well as political activism. So I got to experience sitting in at the Windsor Cafe session number 4, which was organized by a community member in Healdsburg, and he was trying to start the conversation with the community about how we want to influence the Windsor General Plan. So I got to go there and talk about what our idea is with this map and our ultimate goal to influence the general plan to have to inspire more healthy options at the local markets where low-income families have access to, in order for them to have access to healthier food. So what this opportunity really opened my eyes to, as this graphic shows, is that the community is really engaged in Windsor and they're very progressive. They have many beautiful ideas about what they want the community to look like, how they want to get involved in local government, and especially how they want to get the Latino community involved in local government, because they tend to be left out of the conversation when we have this planning about what the future will look like for this community. They're often left out of the conversation for various reasons. But as this group showed, they're very interested in bringing that conversation in and also addressing low-income families who may not have access to the same things that other people in Windsor have access to. Another thing that this shows is that just the raw people power and how much more important that is than letting outside developers or big food companies coming in and influencing the way that things are run in the community. This shows that people are really willing to take charge here and make a change in their community the way they see fit and to influence a healthier future. Here in the bottom picture, this is the garden at Kelly Language Academy, which is the K-8 charter school in Windsor where I work. I'm one of the founding student members of this garden, and I work with Global Student Embassy to start this and to continue it.
And our goal here is to teach the students there, who are mainly Latino community because they are bilingual. Our goal is to teach them about nutrition, sustainable agriculture, and inspire them to be healthier. And this all relates back to the map and what we're trying to do with the Windsor Wellness Partnership, because it really shows that we can challenge the unsustainable food systems that are brought into our communities if we have the people power and inspiration and things like the asset and opportunity map to inform and engage our community about these issues and get them involved with making the change here at this big, at the local government level and then on a bigger scale. So this really shows that what we're doing in Windsor, it hasn't been done really anywhere else, and we're just starting point to what's going to grow into a much bigger project and hopefully really influence the way things, the way legislation happens and the way things are changed in communities.
Yeah, so one other aspect that kind of partnered along with our project, I mentored a Windsor High School student in her senior project, and she approached the Windsor Wellness Partnership and wanted to do a project around the Healthy Food Outlet project. So they contacted me to mentor the student, and she did a video storytelling of the situation, the Healthy Food Outlet project. And so I wanted to show it to you because it complements our project. And you should just be able to click on the image. Maybe we should have clicked on here before we announced it.
The Healthy Food Outlet Project consists of a group of individuals who aim to increase the availability of healthy foods in communities by working with small corner markets to improve the healthy advertising. They do this by helping the stores get more fruits, vegetables, and other nourishing foods into these markets. The goal of my senior project is to encourage Windsor to adopt a healthy retail ordinance by giving the perspective a consumer who cares about the health of Windsor residents. Camacho Market, Mekong Market, and Super Latino Market have been participating in the Healthy Food Outlet Project since 2008 and have made many improvements in their advertising, store appeal, and access to healthy foods since then. In comparison, many markets in Windsor have not yet made changes to encourage healthy habits. Many families in Windsor do not have transportation to big corporations like Safeway or Raley's, which means that their main food source is coming from these small corner markets that are within close distance to them. In Windsor, most of the markets have little to no supply of fresh fruits and vegetables, accompanied by an abundance of sodas, chips, and candies. With the adoption of a healthy retail ordinance, the entire community of Windsor will be one step closer to living healthier lives.
It was awesome because this Windsor High School student who, I met with her a few times, and I drove her around with my partner Lori Hyatt. We drove her out to the stores that we work with in the Roseland area on Sebastopol Road, and she took video footage of those grocery stores. And then she went up to the stores in Windsor that we haven't done any implementation in the stores, and took video footage of those stores, and then did some voiceover around why it's so important and why she felt that it was really important that Windsor Windsor put in healthy language into their general plan and adopt a healthy retail ordinance in Windsor. So that's kind of like part of some background that I won't go into now, just to let you know more about it. But it was pretty awesome to see this high school student where she just kind of asked me some questions and I let her run with it, and she came back with basically the message that we were talking about here. So.
If you get me the film,
Sure.
we'll link it up and we can get it to the film crew, and so people will be able to see it.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.